Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
So this is the final codec sequence here.
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Don't really have
I was
a
able
lot
to
more
get into
to
contact with the
point out or
president.
say in this game now, I think.
The training exercise, all of it. It was all
Because
the
it's
Secretary
just
of
an
Defense
ending cutscene
acting alone.
and
Acting alone.
then the
What
credits.
happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded.
Well, there is one little minor thing.
Bombers have returned to the base.
It's not really
Once again, I have
a complaint or anything, it's
complete
just
authority
something
over
I
this operation.
I see.
wanted to talk about in an
Washington
upcoming
isn't
scene.
stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy. Meryl's fine.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
And I'm of course going to have a little summary and conclusion, but I thought I might do that over the end credits. Might be dumb, might not be, I don't know. I just thought I might, that would be the best thing.
The DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I'd better not show my face around there.
No danger of that. You two officially died after.
I know a lot of people, especially those who weren't really big fans of the Metal Gear franchise, as always criticized it for having really long cutscenes. And
Emmerich should be somewhere on the base.
yeah, the Metal Gear games do have long cutscenes and a lot of them. But the thing is,
Roy,
the story is pretty great.
okay.
At least I think so.
I've got an insurance
And
policy.
usually, the cutscenes are done so well that I don't really mind it, because it just blows my mind what they are actually able to do. But this is of course an exception, because as I've said throughout these videos, a lot of these cutscenes are really weird or just bad.
Really?
And of course, you have bad voice acting and so on, but I'll go more into that in the summary and conclusion. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, and I just want to point that out, that although some people think there are a lot of too many cutscenes in these games, I have to disagree, but that's just a matter of opinion though. Because I do see their point that since there's so many cutscenes, you don't really get to play it enough. Yeah, I mean, they kind of have a point with that, but
Frank wanted to tell you something.
it's never really bothered me, because
Told me
you
to
do
tell
get
you
to
to
play
forget
it,
about
and when you do, the gameplay is usually really good. It's really well done.
Frankie said that.
But the cutscenes just complement the games so much that I don't mind at all.
Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world.
But as I said, that's more a matter of opinion than anything else. You can't really
Finally found some peace.
say that it's bad or good or anything.
My brother was already
It's
dying.
just a matter of what you really like.
Ever
If
since he
you
fought with human
like a
transport.
good story and you like
He's been my
really
ghost.
well, and you like
Looking for a place to die.
good animated cutscenes and all, then you're probably gonna like this. Not this version, this game, of course, but the Metal Gear games, I mean.
About me. Where am I going to go?
But if you want just
That's up to you.
game, you don't not that bothered about
Yeah, so
story or cutscenes or anything like that, you might be a bit irritated by that.
Live, Snake.
Anyway,
That's all I
I'm
can
not
say.
going to talk too much about that now, because that's not what this is about, really.
Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code, inscribed into their genes. But
And
that's not
now,
all
as
there
you
is to
see
life.
and hear,
I
as you can
didn't
hear, we
realize that. I
of
told
course
you before,
end
the reason that I was interested in genes
with
and
another
DNA,
fabulous performance
because I
by
wanted to
Naomi.
know who I was, where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed
I mean,
my DNA, I
what
could find
would,
out who I was, who my parents were.
A really awful version of Metal Gear Solid be
and I'd know what
without
path
an
I should
ending
take in life.
with the worst voice.
But I was wrong. I didn't find
Maybe I'm being a bit too cruel about that, but
I didn't learn
I just can't understand how
Just like with
she
the
could go
genome
from
researchers.
doing a really, really good job, voiceover job in the original,
That doesn't
to
make
doing
them
such
the
an
strongest
horrific job in this
soldiers.
version.
Most we can say
I'm
about
sorry, I
DNA
just don't
is
get
its
that.
Genetic information houses a person's strengths or destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether you've been programmed or not isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live.
And
Don't you
this
think,
speech at the end that she has, it might not be the worst reading in this game from her, but it's still not good enough. Not compared to the original.
Today, I've always looked for a reason to
And
live.
I actually have a theory that the accent have something to do with it, and it shouldn't, not at all. But considering that her performance is so much better in the original, where she has an British accent, I just kinda feel that
all life is tethered to the
there has
future.
to be some sort of connection there, but I don't think there should be, and it doesn't make much sense that there is, but
Then the world can
I don't know.
change.
Anyway, the thing I said I wanted to point out a little and talk a little about in this scene is right here, because since I saved Meryl now, she and Snake have kind of a semi-romantic scene here. By the way, this bandana she hands you is kind of unlockable. You've achieved because if you save Meryl, she gives you a bandana which you can use in later playthroughs to get unlimited ammo for your weapons. And if you save Otacon, he gives you a stealth camouflage you can use.
I've lived only for myself.
But anyway, what I want to talk about is this scene is alright, it's nice, there's nothing really wrong with it. But what I want to point out is, and maybe I should have had some footage of it or something to really point it out, is that I always found the ending with Otacon to be just a bit weird. The vibe I got from it was kind of weird. It was nothing wrong with it at all. It was okay, it was really fun and all that, but
what about now?
it had this really weird vibe.
What can you say about your future now?
I don't know if that's what they intended, and I don't care really, because it's alright, it works and everything, but... And I think you might know what I'm hinting at here, but it's just... This romantic scene doesn't really work when it's Snake and Otacon. And you get this really weird sense that Otacon is really smitten with Snake. And that Snake doesn't mind at all. And I don't know, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe that's what they were going for, kind of a funny little twist at the end. I don't know, it's just kind of weird, and I should probably have had some footage of it to point out what I'm really talking about, but
I think it's time we look for a new
it's just
path
kind of a weird scene, and as I said, nothing wrong with it at all. It's fine, but
Will we find it?
there's something about it that's just kind of weird.
I know we'll find it.
Hey, what are those?
Caribou. To the illusions, the caribou is a
And as far as I know, this part is actually something that you only get with Meryl ending this caribou thing. Not a big thing at all, and it's just to heighten the romance a bit, I think. But anyway,
brings new life to everything.
and this line coming up here is something I've always thought was a bit weird in this version, the way he says it.
I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
Yeah. Why is he kind of embarrassed to tell Meryl that he likes her, that he thinks she's beautiful? It wasn't like that in the original. He had a bit of a pause and then he turns around and says, you. So, I don't know. I just don't like that. There's nothing wrong with it again, it's fine, but I just don't like it. But anyway, coming up now is the credits, so in the next part I'll do a summary and a conclusion.